Hey everybody, this is Scott Roth with the Bakersfield Jam. We're on our 17-day journey across the country here playing a bunch of games, but this morning, it's Monday morning, January 5th, I'm in Provo, Utah for the NBADL Showcase. It's one of the biggest events of the year for our league and one of the biggest times for our players to get exposure to the NBA general managers and scouts, along with all the high-level European people here. So it's a big tournament coming up. I'll talk about that shortly. Just to give you a review, the last few days, we've lost 3 games in a row now. We started this trip out, what seems like weeks ago, but about 8 or 9 days ago in Fort Wayne with a win. We had a back-to-back and went into Erie, PA, and lost. And then on December 31st, New Year's Eve, we had a barn burner against Iowa. A very exciting game, 130-133 in overtime. Not a lot of defense being played. I wish I would have actually played in that game. It would have been fun to play. Everyone seemed to score whenever they got the ball. But at the end of the day, we came up short with a player or two that we didn't make and a player or two that they made. And that was a tough defeat. That was, at that time, we had the second best record in the league, I believe, or the third best record in the league, and Iowa had the first best record in the league. So to go there on their home floor and fight with them and compete with them was a good barometer for us. And then 2 nights later, we came back and played Idaho in Idaho and lost to them by 23 points. It was a very tough game for us. Idaho played very well. I knew they were looking forward to playing us since we had kind of beat them the same way earlier in the season. And so that was a tough game for us. In that process, though, of the Iowa game, at the end of the game, Cleaves pulled a hamstring and was not able to play the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, along with overtime, which hurt us. And it seems like he'll be down now for about 10 days to 2 weeks total for this injury. We got a few other guys banged up, and we're trying to get through that also. So this leads us into where we are today. It's January 5th. Like I said, I'm in Provo, Utah. We have the NBADL Showcase, which is one of the biggest events of the year for the players. It allows everyone to come in and scout these players in one spot. There's 4 games today. We start off today at 4:30 against LA Defenders. And then our second game of this 4-day tournament basically is on Thursday against Austin, who are ranked right now as the #1 team in the league. We're 10-5 at this point. It's kind of one of those deals where we're taking a few lumps along the way here. We just have to figure out how to win and do the best we can with the guys that are healthy at this point. We're going to get some relief here, I'm sure, in the next 7 to 8 days once we get off this trip, with the possibility of Justin Reed returning for us, who will be a big lift for us. Hopefully by then Cleaves will be healthy again, and then we should be at the top of the waiver wire. So if we can get through these next 7 to 10 days here, we should be fine once we get through there. Once again, we're here in Provo. They do a great job. There's 4 games a day, so you'll see 16 games in 4 days. It's a great opportunity for the league, meaning the NBA, to come in and see these players in one spot instead of tracking them down from Bismarck to Sioux Falls to Austin to Rio Grande to Bakersfield. They don't have to do as much leg work as far as traveling. They come in here and basically camp out for 3 or 4 days, watch some games. We're right here where BYU is, so they had a chance yesterday to watch BYU play Georgia Tech. Utah, the Utes play down the road, so I'm sure they might have a game. And then obviously the Jazz play tonight against Golden State. So it's going to be a nice 3 or 4 days here for the scouts. But more importantly, 10-day contracts start in the NBA. And it gives our players a lot of exposure to the NBA teams, and seeing if they want to take a look at some of our guys in the league, along with the European teams. The high-level European teams come in and scout this. They're looking for needs that they need during the course of the year. And so this is a great opportunity for exposure for guys that are trying to make it into the NBA on 10-day contracts, guys that are trying to get to veterans camps or summer league camps for next year, and guys that are looking for jobs in Europe. So it's a big venue. It's a great deal for the league and for the players. They do a nice job here. And so we're kind of camped out here for the next 7 days. We got in a day early from our road trip that we've been on, and we'll have 7 days here to kind of regroup a little bit. 2 tough games, a tough game today and then a tough game on Thursday. And then we finish up a Saturday, Sunday back-to-back, which gets us home on Sunday the 11th. We started this road trip on December 26th. And we'll get home on January 11th. So it's been a little bit of a long drag. We're trying to get through it. Hopefully our players will start to get healthy here, and we'll start to play a little bit better. But this is a big game for us today. Looking forward to seeing how we responded after coming off one, a heartbreaking loss, and then really getting our lunch handed to us in Idaho. Without Mateen Cleaves, I don't think it would have mattered that game that much. They played very well, and we had really nothing in the tank to counteract them. So this will be a big game for us. We're still doing very well in the standings, but like anything else, you can't get too high or too low in this league just because it's so tough night in and night out. And like I said, we have a few players banged up, and hopefully they'll start to get a little bit better. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at sroth@bakersfieldjam.com. That's sroth@bakersfieldjam.com. Next week I'll have one of our players with us on the podcast, and we'll have you update after this long 17-day recap of what has transpired on this long road trip throughout kind of the Midwest, and now we're kind of in the cold tundra of Utah here. It's 8 degrees this morning and a little bit chilly. So we're excited about the next couple days, and we'll be in touch with you soon. Look forward to talking to you next week. Thanks.